Good afternoon, it was another mild, grey and cloudy day. It is Wednesday, the 7th of February, and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. And what I have in here is a copy of this, which is Ancillary Justice, one of the Hugo, Nebula and Arthur C. Clarke Awards, 10th anniversary edition. This is by Ann Leckie. This is essentially one of the, along with like the Three-Bodied Problem, I think it's one of the most significant science fiction novels, sort of like the last decade or so. This is a fantastic story. I read it when it came out. Or at least my friend said you should read this, Dave. Thank you, Dave. And then I read the rest and really enjoyed it. We've all passed it around friends going, this is really good. So this is essentially, you just hard to think, well, it's 10 years since this was published. So I'm sort of remembering back to, I've got a copy upstairs of, in the house, of Neuromancer, the 10th anniversary edition, which also won the Hugo Nebula. No, it didn't. It won the Philip K. Dick Award, but it won sort of like 3 major awards at the time. In 2013, Ann Leckie introduced readers to a ship named Breck and the world of the Imperial Radch with Ancillary Justice, and it shaped the landscape of modern science fiction. This special 10th anniversary edition celebrates Leckie's best-selling, groundbreaking debut, which became the only novel to have won the Hugo, Nebula, and Arthur C. Clarke Awards in a single year. So that's significant as well. Other novels have won essentially the Arthur C. Clarke and the Hugo and the Philip K. Dick Award in the year since Neuromancer. On a remote icy planet, the soldier known as Breck is drawing closer to completing her quest. Once she was Justice of Turin, a colossal starship with an artificial intelligence linking to thousands of soldiers in the service of the Radch, the empire that conquered the galaxy. Now, an act of treachery has ripped her all away, leaving her with a fragile human body, many unanswered questions, and a burning desire for revenge. So, you've got this nice little strip around the front cover, which I'll take off, and essentially you'll see a little blurb there for Ann Leckie herself. And then you have a really nice rendition of the original cover for Ancillary Justice. Sense of scale and action to the story. And then I noticed that you actually take the cover off, so I'm going to take the cover off. You have it reproduced in a basically clearer format, but I mean, that's the original cover, more in full detail. That's a nice addition. And then on the front cover, you actually have, if you're going to make a desperate, hopeless act of defiance, you should make it a good one. Strigan. And I quote from the book, and it's noted that the edges of the book, you can see there, are rough cut. That's often used as an indication that it is a first cover, or first edition, so on. And then we get inside. And this is a bit superfluous, but it's nice. It's just a nice touch. It doesn't really, it just adds a little bit to the book. A list of Ann Leckie's works. There aren't many, but they are worth tracking down. I've got a copy of the latest one, Translation State, to read. And we do have credits page, basically, and then we're into the preface to the 10th anniversary edition, which is written by Ann Leckie herself. I mean, you know, and then we're into Ancillary Justice, the 10th anniversary edition of the main text. And if you've not read this, I mean, honestly, I do recommend that you do, because it's a really fantastic read. It's a really good story, and it's an interesting sort of like take upon gender in this setting. Essentially, everyone is referred to as her. There's no discrimination based upon gender. It's accepted norm. And the other identity, the fact that there's a shifting sense of identity, certainly in the main character, because she spent most of her life essentially as as you know, as the starship Justice of Torren, connected with so many other fellow ships and fellow crew members. Now, I don't know whether they are going to do similar anniversary editions of the other books in the series. That would be nice, if expensive upon the pocket. But, you know, obviously you may not be able to get this edition. You've got the acknowledgements at the end. Even basically, there are no illustrations. It's just essentially just reprinting the text, and that's just a fact. I'm not commenting upon that at all. Acknowledgements, of course, and then the book comes to a close. So yeah, if you've not read it, you may not necessarily be able to get hold of this anniversary edition, as fortunate as I was. But the book is in print. There's a nice little paperback available of it, and it is worth tracking down a copy to read if you want a really good, interesting science fiction story. Well written, really engaging. It's a little disconcerting, I think, initially at the front, because you're a little bit thrown, I think, essentially by the gender references. But once you kind of settle down and go, okay, I get it, the book just flows, and it really builds and builds as the story goes along. Really worth a read. So this is Ancillary Justice, the 10th anniversary edition. Really good novel, worthy of its awards at the time, and worth reading still today. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. If you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book or game, or in this case, a celebrated science fiction novel, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.